So, Dr. Gornik, I know that you serve a large population of immigrant churches. Can you share a little bit about your experience working with immigrant churches and maybe even any challenges that you have with transmitting faith or sustaining faith with young people in those communities?
You know, when I moved to New York 18 years ago, I will never forget the moment that when I was riding the Staten Island ferry and I looked out and I saw the Statue of Liberty, Lady Liberty, and I realized as I was learning about the city and I was learning about New York and our country, I realized what a gift this country can be with its ideals of welcoming the poor, ideas of welcoming people from around the world. America as a place of welcome and hospitality, of celebrating our diversity, of celebrating people who have come with their wounds, but also their opportunities. I realize that America is its potential and its ideals is an extraordinary story. And what I see on the ground in New York is that lived out. Yes, it's challenged right now. Yes, it's threatened in so many ways. But it's hard for me not to understand that this founding story of ours, with all its flaws, with all its deficiencies, and with all its underneath, will not so call us forth to greater ideals. New York City is an immigrant city. It always has been. It's been successive generations, one after another. In the 1880, 1890, up to 1910, we experienced a great migration to the United States through New York. It was primarily from Europe. Beginning in the 1980s, we've experienced a second great migration, and that great migration has come from Africa, Asia, and Latin America. And it has made America and New York a stronger place as a result. But what it's done in ways that it's hard for some of us to see, it's that it's brought a rejuvenation to Christian faith, rejuvenation of the life of the church, a rejuvenation of energy around the practice of faith. In New York City in the last 20 or 30 years, more than 2,000 new congregations have been started by brothers and sisters from Korea, from Nigeria, from Ghana, from Jamaica, from Haiti, from Dominican Republic, from people from around the world. People have come to New York City and made their home and developed new congregations. And in those congregations, faith is critical. And their faith has not just moved with them, but their congregations have moved with them. And so it's learning about a new American story about congregational life and how together we are one story, one body. And in these communities, they're not only passing on their faith, is also passing on their culture and their history. And they don't want to lose that. They want to be American, they want to be New Yorkers, but they also want to be deeply Christian and deeply committed. And their young people are the heart of their lives. That's what they work for, it's what they pray for. And so for me, I've only learned from this. I think I bring nothing to offer to it other than what I've learned. I have learned so much from how congregations just pray fervently and fast fervently for their young people, how they create new spaces, and how also together we're facing the challenge of the transmission of faith to the 1.5 second and third generations. These are great challenges that we all face, but the foundation is a really extraordinary story, and it's a uniquely American story and a uniquely New York story, and it's also the history of the gospel of constantly, continually rejuvenating itself by crossing cultural frontiers and geographical frontiers as faith moves around the world.